Many of us gardeners begin our soil journey with the best of intentions. We diligently collect our kitchen scraps, our grass clippings, and our fallen leaves. We turn the heap, wait patiently, and eventually spread that lovely, dark, crumbly compost onto our beds. We expect our plants to leap up with gratitude, rewarding us with vibrant flowers and bountiful harvests. Yet sometimes the results can be a touch disappointing. The plants might grow, but perhaps they lack a certain vigor, or they seem more susceptible to pests and diseases than we had hoped. It can be a real head-scratcher. The truth is, while compost is a truly wonderful starting point, it is often not the complete solution for the challenges our garden soil faces today. For generations we have asked a great deal from the land. In our allotments and back gardens, we have often removed more than we have put back. This can lead to soil that is compacted, lacking in a full range of nutrients, and most importantly, missing the vibrant underground life that truly makes it thrive. Simply adding organic matter, as brilliant as that is, doesn't always bring back the complex web of life that has been lost. So, we must look a little deeper, beyond just the physical stuff we are adding. Think of compost as the house, but what we also need are the inhabitants to make it a home. Modern gardening wisdom is rediscovering an old truth. Soil is not just dirt. It is a living, breathing ecosystem, a bustling metropolis of microscopic life. When we only focus on adding compost, we are providing the structure, but we might not be reintroducing the skilled workers, the bacteria, the fungi, and other microbes that are essential for turning that structure into a functioning, fertile community for our plants. This is why some gardeners find themselves on a plateau. They do all the right things. They make fantastic compost, but their soil health doesn't seem to improve beyond a certain point. It is not their fault. It is simply that a piece of the puzzle is missing. To truly supercharge our soil, we need to move beyond just feeding it and start thinking about how we can bring it back to life. It is about creating a complete system where organic matter works hand in hand with a thriving population of microscopic allies, all working together for the benefit of our plants. Beneath the surface of our gardens lies a world teeming with life, a world that is absolutely crucial for the health of every single plant we grow. This is the soil food web. It is made up of billions of microscopic organisms, primarily bacteria and fungi. These are not pests, they are the engine room of a healthy garden. When we add compost, we are providing a food source for them. The bacteria are often the first responders, breaking down simple organic matter quickly. This is why a good compost heap gets hot. The bacteria having a feast and multiplying rapidly. However, a soil dominated solely by bacteria is incomplete. We also need the fungi. Fungi, particularly mycorrhizal fungi, form vast, intricate networks of fine threads, called hyphae, that extend far beyond a plant's own root system. These threads act like a superhighway, exploring the soil, mining for water and nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen, and delivering them directly to the plant's roots. In exchange, the plant provides the fungi with sugars, which it produces through photosynthesis. It is a beautiful, symbiotic partnership that makes plants far more resilient and efficient. The problem is that many garden soils, especially those that have been dug over frequently or left bare, are low in these beneficial fungi. A compost that is made very quickly and gets very hot tends to favor bacteria over the slower-growing fungi. So, while our compost is good, it might be giving our soil an imbalanced workforce. To get the full benefit, we need to actively encourage the fungal networks to re-establish themselves. This is the secret to unlocking nutrients that are already in your soil but are currently unavailable to your plants. A simple yet profound way to kickstart this process is by using a biological inoculant alongside your compost. Think of it as a shortcut to a mature living soil. A well-made compost tea, for instance, is not just a liquid feed, it is a living brew, swarming with a diverse range of beneficial bacteria and, crucially, fungi. When you water this into your soil, you are directly introducing the workforce your plants need. You are not just adding food, you are adding the chefs who can cook it into a perfect meal for your plants. Just as we need a balanced diet with vitamins and minerals, so does our soil. Over time, certain essential minerals can become depleted, and compost alone may not replenish them all. To truly give our soil a full spectrum of nutrients, it is wise to add some natural mineral amendments. This doesn't have to be complicated. A light dusting of a few key ingredients can make a world of difference. Gypsum, for example, is excellent for breaking up heavy clay soil while providing calcium and sulfur without altering the pH. It helps create a better soil structure. Another key player is rock phosphate or bone meal, which provides a slow-release source of phosphorus, a vital nutrient for strong root development and abundant flowering. And then, there is rock dust, or stone dust, which is quite literally ground-up rock. This provides a huge range of trace minerals that might be missing from your soil and your compost. These are the micronutrients that plants need in tiny amounts, but are essential for their overall health, helping them to build stronger immune systems to resist pests and diseases. Sprinkling these over your beds before adding compost is a simple step with enormous benefits. With the minerals in place and the microbes introduced, the next step is to protect and feed them. The single most important rule for building healthy soil is to keep it covered at all times. Bare soil is a disaster for the soil food web. It gets baked by the sun, battered by the rain, and the precious life within it dies off. We can cover it with a layer of mulch, such as wood chips, straw, or even just more compost. This layer acts like a blanket, regulating temperature, conserving moisture, and slowly breaking down to provide a continuous food source for the fungi and earthworms. Better still is to cover the soil with living plants. This is often called a green manure or a cover crop. Plants with living roots in the ground are constantly pumping carbon in the form of sugary exudates into the soil. This is the primary food source for the microbial life we are trying to encourage. Even in a small garden, you can sow crops like clover or phacelia in any bare patches. Their roots create channels, protect the soil structure, and, most importantly, they keep the underground dinner party going all year round, constantly building fertility for the season to come. Putting all this into practice doesn't require a complete overhaul of how you garden. It's about adding a few simple steps into your yearly routine to create a powerful, self-sustaining system. Let's imagine a simple rhythm starting in the autumn. As your summer crops finish, instead of leaving the soil bare, resist the urge to dig. Simply clear away the old plants, leaving the roots in the ground to decompose and feed the soil life. This is the perfect time to apply your mineral amendments. A light sprinkle of gypsum, rock phosphate, and rock dust over the surface. Next, apply a generous layer of your homemade compost, about an inch or two thick, right on top. There is no need to dig it in. The worms and microbes will do that work for you, pulling the organic matter down into the soil and mixing it perfectly. If you can, follow this with a watering of compost tea to inject that fresh burst of microbial life. Finally, cover the bed with a good, thick mulch of shredded leaves, straw, or wood chips. This protects the soil from winter rains and provides a slow and steady food supply for your newly established fungal networks. Come spring, you will find something magical has happened. When you pull back the mulch, the soil beneath will be dark, crumbly, and teeming with life. The worms will have incorporated the compost, and the soil structure will be wonderfully friable. You can plant directly into this with minimal disturbance. A light forkover of the very top layer is all that might be needed. Throughout the growing season, keep the soil covered, either with the mulch you applied or by ensuring your plants are spaced closely enough to shade the ground. Top up the mulch if it gets thin. This simple annual cycle, feed with minerals, layer with compost, inoculate with life, and protect with mulch, transforms gardening. You move away from the exhausting cycle of heavy digging and constant feeding. Instead, you become a custodian of a living system. Your job is simply to support the soil's natural processes. By combining these steps, you create a synergy. The compost feeds the microbes unlock the minerals, the mulch protects them all, and the plants reap the rewards. This is the secret to building truly resilient, fertile, and supercharged soil that gets better year after year.